What's up, guys? This is former WCW wrestling star Glacier. Make sure to tune in to Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Pops with my buddies JB and Chris. So make sure to tune in whenever you can, or else blood may run cold on you.
Hey, what is up, wrestling friends and family? Oh my goodness. Welcome to Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Pops with me, JB, the man sitting next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd. What's going on, bro?
I'm melting, bruv. So I've got my lolly fan right here. You see that?
He's got his lolly in his hand, people.
Bruv, that'll do for now. We don't need that. But, well, I mean, we do need that because it's
We need to cool down. Yeah.
Boiling. I'm literally melting. But yeah, bruv, what a fucking week, eh?
Absolutely.
We've had one of our tweets get more viewers than Dynamite.
And Collision.
Double the amount of fucking Collision viewers. Yeah, man, what a week, bruv. It's been, bruv, from All In all the way through to now, it's been absolute fucking carnage, bro, on the internet, in the IWC. It's been
chaos. And as much as we love the chaos, you can't rest for a minute. I'm trying so hard to catch up on wrestling shows. It is unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up watching Raw before I watched All Out. I haven't seen All Out in full.
I haven't either. I'm going to try
and I still tried
to
catch All In because I think it's only going to be on ITV's on-demand service for a couple more days.
Okay.
So try and watch that with ad breaks. Fuck.
Mate, I mean, watch wrestling.
Yeah. Everyone loves to watch wrestling. So what can we say, guys? Welcome to a bumper extended edition, no doubt.
Oh, yes,
Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Pops. For those that have been tuning in, thank you. We, at last check, we were in the top 100 in the British Apple Wrestling Podcast charts. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We really do. Yeah, he's feeling good.
Oh, it's good stuff, man. Yeah, actually, it's 77, not top 100. You know
I think we're 99th now.
Oh, we were 77.
Yeah, we did
Come
drop,
on, guys.
yeah.
Fucking pull your fingers out.
Rude.
Rude.
We don't. We are appreciative of that for sure.
We 100%.
We don't want this to be a full-on CMPUNK episode, but it could well be at this point.
Yeah.
Because there is so much and so many branches off of that tree to talk about and to get on with. I don't know how we do this, but
I can tell you a place to start.
Let's do it.
I can suggest where we start. So, once upon a time, there was an AEW wrestling show. Cheers. What are you toasting with there, big man?
You know what? This glass I'm holding here is for Pepsi Phil himself.
It's full of Pepsi.
I'm having a Pepsi for the man, CM Punk. But if I can reach into this fridge here underneath my desk, I'm saying fuck it. I don't know if you can see that.
Coca-Cola.
Fuck Pepsi Phil.
Did you see Omega drinking the Pepsi all screw face and that?
Yes, he was trying to say it was mineral water or some shit. I don't know.
These people are fucking children, bruv. But I digress. So I'm drinking the Bundaberg root beer, as you can see. The Bunda. You know what I mean? The Bailey. Yeah. So once upon a time, there was a AEW pay-per-view that had a media scrum after it. I believe
we're not going all the way to the media scrum, are we?
We're going back, bro, because that's when the seeds were planted. And this was when it all started to... From that point on, he was public enemy number one, and they were going to do everything they could to get him out of that company. What was the event? Was it All In?
All Out.
It was All Out, right. So it was about 11 months ago, if my memory serves me correctly, right? So we've had the All Out media scrum where Mr. Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk, said a few things about a few things. So basically, I mean, I'm not saying he was right. We're not saying he was right for what he did. But people need to understand that this goes way, way back. This started a year ago, probably even
Well,
before
it started
a year
further
ago.
back than that because
Yeah.
of and this is the fault of the wrestling journalists, I'm afraid. Constantly asking him about Colt Cabana and did you get him fired and all that, and he absolutely came out and said he didn't. It was down to people going to the sheets, talking about him, accusing him or telling them that he got Colt Cabana fired when he wanted nothing to do with him and wanted completely out of his way.
Yeah. So, like you say, it goes way back before then. But we're going to start there because this is when it started to spill out into into yeah. Oh, really? That's very interesting. So yeah, it started to spill out into sort of real life, onto the product. He was upset with certain stuff that Hangman Page had said.
We'll get to Hangman. Hangman.
And he was saying that the EVPs were basically not good enough, not doing their job, and not up to scratch at what they're doing, which I have to agree. I believe it. Like they have the attitude of children, and you can see from their behavior what they've done last week. So Collision was CM Punk's show, and the Bucks and Kenny and all that were nowhere to be seen on it, right? They weren't
until last week.
Until last week when CM Punk is gone, and then they're doing victory laps in the ring in Chicago. They're doing certain gestures and certain moves in the ring, sort of as a mockery. These people are fucking children, but they're supposed to be helping to, make a $1 billion fucking industry streamline. But this is the joke of it, bro.
Oh, there's a joke in it, all right.
Oh, it's ridiculous. We've been saying, how long on this show did we say that, look, they need to knock it on the head? And from what has been coming out recently, we see that apparently there was supposed to be a meeting between CM Punk and the Elite about a week before All In.
That was cancelled. By the Elite side. Don't know who, don't know.
Right.
Lawyers, whatever, but no, it was cancelled by the Elite side of things.
Well, and as well, it's also come out that when all that happened, CM Punk was actually texting Kenny Omega and saying to him, look, we need to talk and sort this out, sort of thing.
Let's talk about EVPs for just 1 second.
Go for it.
These guys are, they use the term EVP because they don't want to be known as executive vice presidents, because that means that they carry, a lot of responsibility in a company, and they should be carrying out those responsibilities without prejudice.
Yeah, they should be, and they should be behaving,
in
a manner which
most
is
likely within the employment law and stuff like that. Within
exactly
all of that, so they need to be working without prejudice. So that's why they prefer EVP. Executive vice president means so much more than an EVP. Just is something they can spin off, and it means nothing.
Yeah,
and them not working without prejudice and having prejudice against CM Punk is not a good look. See, for me, CM Punk is not the bad guy in this situation. I hate to say it. Look at it like that, to look at it objectively, it's a man that is being bullied by people in senior roles in a company he works for.
It is, and
if you really want to break it down and dumb it down like that,
exactly. Because what sort of whether CM Punk was given the impression by Tony Khan that he had some sway, some push, some sort of clout, yeah. Whether that was implied by Tony Khan is another story. But also, on paper, he doesn't have that. On paper, he is an employee. He is not an EVP. He's not an executive vice president. He's not a booker. He's not a
executive vice presidents are his boss.
Exactly, exactamundo. So we still haven't got the facts and the truth about what actually happened at the All Out media scrum.
It's not. You might get more out of it now. You weren't likely to before.
Yeah, but we still don't know what actually happened there, because there's still discrepancies in what happened there. It's like who busted into whose room?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the Elite busting into CM Punk's room.
Exactly. But this is the thing. None of that was ever disclosed about anything that happened there, apart from the rumors and innuendo of these guys who are in a senior position, to CM Punk, but 4 of them, or whatever, 3-4 of them, mob-handed, busted into his dressing room and started kicking off. Now, if you're at work, fam, and you're in an office, and 4 of your bosses come in and start kicking off with you,
I don't really want to talk and say how.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, not in your job. I'm just saying.
No, like, but it would end very badly.
That's what I'm saying. But theoretically, you're going to feel like, hold on a minute, these guys are in a senior position to me. They're coming in here mob-handed. I've just had a match. I'm fucked. What the fuck? And your back's against the wall straight away, and you're gonna bite someone. You know, you're gonna.
we need to move on from Brawl Out, the original, because there's so much more to it. All In comes around, Wembley Stadium, and friend of the Elite, Jack Perry, who's already caused a problem on
Stooge of the Elite.
I won't call him a stooge. We'll call him a friend.
No, he's a stooge, fam. But in my eye, he is fucking Briscoe. Yeah, he's fucking Pat Patterson.
Oh no, there's only one stooge at the moment in AEW, and that's Matt Hardy. Freaking Hardy.
Did you... The dick riding is real, fam.
Yeah, it's hard.
Trust.
Jack Perry, after being told no to using real glass on Collision, which is it's understandable. Why would you want to use real glass on Collision?
Also, what is becoming a bit clearer is Tony Schiavone or someone of that level who told Perry initially, no, you're not using real glass, mate. It's not happening. Went to CM Punk and said to him, as a senior fucking professional, can you just have a word with this kid and just say to him why it's not good to use it? Can you go and have a word? All of these little fucking bits and pieces that have been, CM Punk feels in good faith. He's going to this young guy and saying to him, look, don't do that, mate. Like, Jack Perry's been in the business fucking 5 minutes compared to Punk, whatever you want to think about him.
Jack Perry then goes into business for himself on the All In 0 hour, which is fine. He's done it. It's not fine, obviously. If you remember correctly, on our interview with Finn Martin, he said Jack Perry should be fired for it. He's currently indefinitely suspended, which makes me think he'll be back.
Of course he will.
And he instigated.
Maybe he was told to fucking wind him up a little, wind up fucking, because he's got the EVPs in his ears, got the young buck. I don't trust the young bucks as far as I can throw them. They're smarmy looking wankers, bruv. Like, I don't trust them in it. I wouldn't put it past them to be in Jack Perry's ear going, go on, wind them up. Don't worry, we're in charge. You ain't going to get sacked.
I watched All In, some of All In this morning, and CM Punk comes out as his match. At the end of the match, he's saluting the fans. He says goodbye a couple of times. He mouths it.
If only we knew then what we know now, as we were watching it, Yeah.
I mean, well, we found out pretty quick on the way out.
Yeah.
Because that's all anyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Which, ruins for them, it ruins the show. It doesn't ruin it for us because we had a good time.
I mean, it's not just any show either. It's 80,000+ people.
The biggest show they're ever going to do.
The biggest show they're ever really going to do. They're definitely the biggest they've done up to now. And it has been overshadowed by basically, again, a mid-carder at best. Basically,
you call him mid-card, but he's on the pre-show.
Well, yeah. I mean, not even mid-card,
pre-show stooge.
Yeah. So him basically giving it, as we say in the UK, Billy Big Bollocks, isn't he? That's basically what he's doing, giving it.
My other problem with this is why the fuck, right? And you have to excuse my language in this, but I feel pretty thing about it. Why the fuck would you be doing bumps like that on a pre-show? Why would you be having back body drops or whatever onto windshields of fucking cars on a pre-show?
Because they don't. But again, bruv, you're forgetting, mate. Tony Khan is not a booker. Do you get what I'm saying? He is not a booker. There's no rhyme or reason to sort of bring him in slow. They had their main eventers on the pre-show winning tag team championships. Yeah? There's no...
They had to add to that part of a story, but...
Mate.
A good friend of this show, Brian R. Solomon, I just had to cue it up just quickly because I didn't want to quote him and get it wrong. He put in a tweet, he goes, it feeds into the criticism that this is just $1 billion indie fed.
It is. It 100% is.
The $1 billion indie show. Love it.
It is. It's fucking Herb Abrahams, bruv. It's...
Oh. I mean, yeah, Herb's
it's Herb.
character.
It's fucking Herb. We're also forgetting that along the way, you've had all these sly little fucking digs and nitpicks at CM Punk all the way through. People forget CM Punk was brought in initially as a fucking huge get. Even, and again, our other friend of the show, Billy Barty, even he admitted that CM Punk's a fucking draw. Him being involved with AEW would have brought more sponsorship, would have brought more eyes on the product. That was why he was brought in. It's CM Punk.
Well, CM Punk brought in fans, and CM Punk firing CM Punk because this came out in the WrestleNomics or whatever. I don't feed into that stuff quite a lot,
right?
But this was a good one. Almost to the minute that Tony Khan announced on TV that they'd fired CM Punk, 89,000 viewers turned off.
It's telling, isn't it? Right?
Nearly 100,000 people have decided that they don't want to watch your show now.
When you have... Is Moxley an EVP?
No. Neither is Hangman Page, apparently.
Right. When you've got... When money, status, and spots are all brought together, yeah? Yeah? She didn't like that.
No.
When they're all brought together and you've got Moxley on apparently $6 million contract, you've got the Bucks on what, 3 million?
Oh,
contract.
7 figures for sure.
Yeah.
Bucks and Kenny. Yeah.
And Kenny. And you've got then CM Punk coming in at about 4 or 5 million.
Got to be. He ain't getting out of bed for change.
It was minimum 4 million. All them people either side of him are going, fuck, man, he's going to be CM Punk.
They never wanted him there.
They never wanted him. This is the point.
And we've said this in our own conversation in a Facebook group somewhere. Don't know which one it was, so I can't shout them out, I'm afraid.
AEW's fans said what?
Possibly, yeah. But we said they never wanted him there.
No.
He was there to take a main event spot, and he wasn't going to give it up.
No.
He's CM Punk. He's CM Punk. He's better than the Bucks. He's more famous than Kenny Omega. Yep. Moxley and him, there might be a parallel there that...
Nah, not even close. I'm sorry.
You don't think?
Not even close, mate. John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, yeah? Dean Ambrose
had a good career.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Dean Ambrose might have been even a little bit closer to CM Punk, right? But still, as a singles competitor, no way. In the Shield, that's its own entity or whatever. But no way as a singles competitor is Dean Ambrose or John Moxley even close to CM Punk. Not even close. From what he did on the Indies, what he did in Ring of Honor, what he did in WWF, WWE. CM Punk's been there for years doing it, bruv. He's been around the block. He's been there. Moxley, yeah, he was good in the Shield. He was good in WWE, and then he's literally been put on this fucking pedestal. I don't like him. I don't think he's a great worker.
I think he's full of shortcuts. Yeah.
I think he's fucking goofy, bruv. I think he's goofy as fuck. He's got like the fake hard man walk and all this. To me, it just looks cheesy and fucking bullshit. Like you're trying to be something that you're not, bruv. In the words of Enrique in Another Hood, yeah, it's perfectly okay to be yourself. Yeah, it's perfectly okay, Moxley, to be yourself, bruv. You don't have to pretend to be something that you're not. And when you've got those fucking wooden skewers hanging out of your head and you're giving it all that like a dickhead, bruv, that ain't it, mate. That ain't it. Yeah, it's not sport. You know, that's not exactly a sports-based product. But anyway, I'll have another show where I rant
We'll
about
allow
Moxley.
it, yeah.
We'll allow it, yeah. We'll allow it. Allow me. Oh, so I'm gonna get rowdy. You know, Moxley for me is not even close to CM Punk to comparing them.
Okay.
Why Moxley was given that much money, I don't know. If you've got people like Miro in your company that could have really been the top guy.
But they took Miro off the boil so much.
Yeah.
That he's now just one of the guys.
Exactly. But that's their fuck up. You know, when you're putting people are gonna fucking shoot me down for this, but Orange Cassidy. Now everyone's saying, oh, he's the best fucking fighting champion that they've had, and this. Nah, bruv, he's fucking.
Well, he's not champion, is he?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. They're saying, oh, you know, he's a fighting champion. He's done this, he's done that. It's like
we never understood we never saw the merits of the Orange Cassidy gimmick. Like,
yeah, but
that's not you know, that's common knowledge. That is.
Yeah, but then you've got Tony Khan cosplaying as Orange Cassidy. There's pictures everywhere of it, dude.
Yeah.
So again, it's not about. It's for sure not about using a business brain and going right. Who have we got on this roster? It's never been about this. It's never been about who do we have on this roster that can really be big and we can really push and make good and be a draw. It's never been about that. It's always been about he's my favorite. He's my favorite. I want to be friends with them. They're getting pushed. It's always been about that. It's always been about Orange Cassidy, Moxley, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. It's always been about them. Hang now. You know what I mean? It's always been about who Tony likes. It's never been about who can really make it big or be popular. It's never been about that. And it never will be with Tony. We've said this as well. It will never get out of that demographic with Tony at the helm, but it's his company. So he ain't going to give them to say, right,
he's happy. He's more than happy with the fan base that they've got.
Of course.
And I sent you those messages, you know, people in comments going, we finally got our company back in all this bollocks. Like, good God, man, it is a cult.
For sure. Cult of personality.
It's not. It's a cult of dickheads, you know.
Yeah, dickheads. you know, you've got to look at.
They're happy. He's very happy to leave money on the table, and that's fine. And speaking of money on the table, if you're Nick Khan or if you're Triple H, if you're Vince,
yeah,
do you do it?
Of course you do it. Of course.
You give him a mic. You say,
tell
us all about it.
Yes, what I'm saying, bruv. And then we can look at this, right?
More stickers.
This is WWE hero stickers from what year are we looking at here?
It's got to be what? 09?
2000 and looks like a 6 or an 8. So
get your specs on and we'll find out.
2008. CM Punk was a main draw. Look at the people on there. Edge, John Cena, yeah? Randy Orton, CM Punk, right? There weren't no fucking sticker packs with Moxley, fucking Dean Ambrose on the front of them. But this is what I'm talking about. This is testament to, at one point, you know, CM Punk was for sure way up there in the pecking order in WWE. There may have been issues backstage or whatever, but you never really heard about it properly because there's a hierarchical structure of, you know, you don't fucking do that shit, bruv. And if you do, you get pulled up and you say, you don't fucking do that shit. It's not what we do here.
You let him walk in, give him a mic, and let him rip.
You say, you know what? Have you got the belt? Is what you say first.
Have you got the belt? Cut a promo, just don't swear.
Just, you know, but the thing is, though, CM Punk never had to swear to do a good promo. He never had to. Again, this is another sort of shortcut that AEW does all the time. cussing. There's, if you are astute enough and to the point enough with your promos, you don't need to say fuck or bugger. You don't need to. We're just uncouth on this show, is why we swear.
Oh yeah, very.
But if we were on a primetime show, it will be a different kettle of fish. For me, I mean, it's obvious now that WWE are not really that bothered if people go to AEW. I mean, it was the fact that they had Cody back, and Cody's Cody. And I must apologize, listeners, and to you, Jordan. I was wrong, right? I hold my hands up in the air, and I admit I was wrong. I didn't think that Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné would go anywhere near AEW with a barge pole. But she was there in London, was she not?
She was there in London, and it was funny because literally a day before or whenever the show came out, I asked you the question, would we see Mercedes or Bill Goldberg? Because they were the ones that were heavily rumored, and you said categorically no.
Yeah.
Literally, you must have gone to the merch stand or something.
Yeah, I did. I think me and Matty was looking for hot dog. Because I saw these massive hot dogs. And bruv, they were £18 for a fucking hot dog. $20. Fuck off. Yeah, I was out and about, and then when I come back, you were like, you showed me a fucking picture. I was like, oh god damn it. But let me ask you a question now. Does all this business change? Does it make Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné think a little bit? Well, hang on. Is she just thinking about the money?
She's there to get paid. She's there to do her
mark.
bit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Take the money and run.
Yeah.
Because for some wrestlers that are in AEW, there's nowhere to run to after AEW. For someone like Saraya, there's nowhere to run after this. For someone like the Bucks, there's nowhere to run after this. It was in my head. I saw the comments about Hangman Page, and someone tried to say that Hangman was a draw. Was he drawing?
Yeah.
He was a draw as champion. No, he wasn't. Otherwise, they wouldn't have handed it off to Pepsi-Ville.
Yeah. It's as soon as CM Punk came in, it was, let's get on the strap on him.
Hangman who?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Exactly.
Ironically, I think Hangman is the only one with WWE potential of the elite.
I mean, that's a big statement, my friend.
It is, yeah. But I think Hangman is the only one that could do something worthwhile in the WWE. The Bucks, not a chance. Right. Kenny Omega has a good opportunity. Obviously, he's Kenny Omega, but Hangman just seems, for me, has more qualities that would fit in the WWE. And
what would you do, like a Jimmy Wang Yang thing going on?
He could still be Hangman Adam Page. He can still do the buckshot lariat and all that stuff. He can still be him, but the Bucks shit wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
And Kenny's matches, they're all right.
Yeah, but again, it's a different style, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really. It's a different sort of style of wrestling.
That's why I'm sure Will Ospreay will sign with AEW. Because Will Ospreay's shit wouldn't fly in WWE.
But you know what? I think Will Ospreay could work in WWE. They just have to work it in a different way. That some of his moves are absolutely phenomenal, but all he'd have to do, to be honest, it would be better for his career, right? And I'll tell you this now.
Well,
it would be
better for most careers if they turn.
Well, no, what I mean is it would expand the longevity of his career, and I'll use AJ Styles as an example.
Yeah.
I can draw parallels. I think you can look at Will Ospreay and look at AJ Styles, and you can say they are sort of similar sort of workers. Would you say, or they were at one time? AJ Styles was very sort of similar to Will Ospreay.
AJ tailored his style to a WWE, a bigger audience.
Exactly. And that is what I think Will Ospreay could do. I think Will Ospreay, if he went into the performance center and he was under the tutelage of a few guys there, and they said, right, we love what you're doing, but if you just sort of do it little and often, rather than sort of bang, 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 then I think it would work. I think it would be fantastic. I think Will Ospreay would work well in WWE. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, even just a match straight off the top of my head, Logan Paul versus fucking Will Ospreay would be nuts.
Yeah, I see your thinking.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think Will Ospreay would work, but again, they would just have to tailor their style a little bit. It's worked for AJ Styles.
I mean, it looks pretty obvious he's going to AEW.
I would say so. I would say so. But again, that's just, I think, because of the Japan connection.
If, it's like MJF. If I was MJF and seeing all this silly shit going on, I'd be considering making the move in 2024. But
mate,
it would seem to most, including Finn Martin, who we spoke to last week, that he's going to stay with AEW.
I think he would re-sign in 2024, but maybe one day we can see better than you, baby, in WWE.
Well, something else that made me chuckle as well, because it was only just before All In that it came out. Cash Wheeler never got suspended. He was arrested for waving a gun around.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no rhyme or reason, is there? That's the thing. There's no... I mean, look at Jeff Hardy repeatedly just being Jeff. Yeah.
Well, Tony Khan in his speech said that he felt his life was in danger or something like that. The first thing I thought of when that was all going on, so what, was Cash there, was he?
Yeah, well, and the UK fans, we are fucking brutal, man. Everyone was like,
Wheeler's got a gun.
Wheeler's got a gun. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't give a shit, mate. We just say how it is. But you've had a lot of stuff going on over time where repeatedly people should have been pulled up by Tony Khan as and when these things have happened and pulled aside.
Wild West, it's ECW. It's
when you've got John Moxley out on the internet calling CM Punk what's his dick. That's when you get pulled into the office, mate. You get pulled into the office and go, what the fuck do you think you are doing? You are not getting yourself over in that way. That's not how we, I mean,
unless they were doing it for a program later down the line, but they weren't. They weren't.
That's what I'm saying. It was literally, everyone was going into business for themselves. Yeah. You've got, it's there is no structure, there is no sort of hierarchy of power, so to speak. The fact that you've got people that are booking the matches actively on the roster, basically booking themselves. I mean, I was surprised that the Bucks didn't win the championships off FTR at All In. To be fair, the booking results were the way they should have been, right? On the card.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, Apart from, again, I still believe that women's match was fucking pants. It was absolute fucking
9
pants.
minutes they got.
9 minutes, and you want to, and Tony Khan, you fucking bellend. He had the audacity when someone asked him about NWA's all women's pay-per-view, and they said, oh, are you going to do something like that for women's wrestling? And he got all fucking hoity-toity and up his own arse about, well, actually, it was me that allowed a load of women to go on that show. And
he said that the women got 9 minutes because he didn't want to ruin the perfectly paced show he was already doing. Like,
what sort of answer is that?
Yeah,
what sort of answer is that?
You're a bellend. Well, WWE have now scaled back their media scrums to the big pay-per-views or big PLEs, whatever you want to call it, and the international ones. That's the only ones they're doing that. They're not doing it after every show like AEW, because this most recent one was a kayfabe media scrum, and it was horse shit.
Oh,
everyone chucking up softballs for Tony Khan and them to hit like, and those media entities that were there should be ashamed,
mate. let me tell you something,
Absolutely be ashamed.
Let's let a little bit. Let's kill kayfabe a little bit on this show right now, fam. We got into contact with AEW about being on the media scrum. We didn't get an automated email back. We didn't get a response saying yay or nay or whatever. We didn't. We literally just got fucking blanked. And chances are, it's not because of how many followers we have or anything like that. I think it's the fact of they've probably Googled us, had a look at a few of our tweets and gone, no. All of those...
They took one look at the AEW disrespecting its UK fans video and said, nah, fuck
That's exactly, bro. Every single one of those people, and it was some of them people were asking multiple questions as well. You know, it was these fuckers, these AEW Gluck 3000ers, yeah, these deep throaters. They're giving it the fucking gluck on Tony and AEW, and that wasn't a media scrum. That was literally, you know, oh man, it reminds me of a Brother Ali lyric, yeah. Only approved questions get answered. Now stand your ass up for that national anthem. You know, it's literally like, if you're going to ask anything that even dissents a small bit, you know, then it ain't happening. Literally, this is they are fluffers. Yeah, they are fluffers, basically, keeping Tony hard.
There you go. Yeah, that's one hell of a way to put it.
You know, that's all they are, though, wouldn't it, mate? We you know, we wanted to go there because we are broadcast journalists and we do this, yeah. And we wouldn't have gone there and been disrespectful, but we would have said something like, "Do you think that maybe the women deserved more than 9 minutes, Tony?
You think more of it, deserved another match,
they deserved at least another match. You know,
you managed to fit fucking Grado onto the pre-show.
Do you get what I'm saying, bruv? Even on the pre-show, could you not have had another women's match? Could you not have had something more? And then, you got the audacity, but again, it goes back to, we could go back to the women's division in AEW being an absolute fucking shit show, and Lufisto coming out and saying stuff, and Big Swole coming out and saying stuff about the atmosphere in the locker room and how it's really cliquey and all this sort of shit. Lufisto said that she was asked to go there by a QT Marshall or someone, and then said, and they said, oh, to go there you need a COVID test and this and this and this. And she said, oh, I can't get those for tomorrow or whatever. And then when she went there, they said, don't worry, just go there, man, it's fine. Like she was told, look, just go there. They're expecting you or whatever. She went there and everyone blanked her, told her, what are you doing here? It's just absolutely disorganized indie fucking billion pound indie.
It's the $1 billion indie show. It's such a week. They should have been celebrating All In. All Out was next. Like I said, I haven't got that far into All Out. I saw Samoa Joe and Shane Taylor. I saw the tag team title match where, what's the fucking Dark Order? What a faction that is. Jesus Christ. If you thought Evil Uno was bad, look at John fucking Silver. He makes us look tough, that guy. Like, mate, Jesus wept.
But did you see what he said on Twitter to someone? Have you seen that?
I did. And this is where I was going with that. Like,
go for it.
He's given it again, another one giving it the Billy Biggin online.
Billy Big Bollocks, yeah.
Talking about people paying to see him. No one paid to fucking see you wrestle, bruv. Literally, you were opening match. It could have been any team in the world in that match. And the same amount of people would have still paid to watch that match. What he doesn't understand is him and his pal in the Dark Order are not the fucking pull in this. It's MJF and Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And all they did was use that match to further or even start a storyline with Samoa Joe and MJF.
Yeah, exactly.
They did nothing. In this short match with the Dark Order, John Silver, next man who I forget, and don't forget in the corner, Evil fucking Uno, to quote Samoa Joe. Yeah. Oh man.
Wankers.
a right pair of Jack and Danny's. Them.
Jack and Danny's. Corporate bankers, as Nigel McGuinness has said.
I just, what gives him the right to go off like that? Like, no, literally nobody paid to see you.
Going back to CM Punk. Do you remember? Was there rumors of when Punk came in of an altercation between him and Regal?
It's not something that. It's something that's come out more recently, even this week, that he called him a Triple H stooge and didn't want to shake his hand and stuff. And it's like, that's the bit where you sort of look at CM Punk a bit and go, man, you fucking burning a bridge there, bro.
Yeah, mate. I mean, you fucked up. Because we're not saying by any stretch of the imagination.
And he's an innocent guy.
We're not saying he's an innocent guy. We're not saying that. What we are saying is that okay, for example, if that is true, all right, let's for argument's sake say CM Punk did do that to Regal, right? If I'm Tony Khan, I instantaneously pull him aside and say, bruv, what the fuck do you think you're doing, mate? This is someone I've brought in to enhance our company. Yeah. We are a fucking family here. We're doing this for the one goal of making this company great.
Making it number one.
And you're spreading seeds of dissension among the ranks straight away by calling someone who is a paid employee of myself. You need to fucking sort it out from day one. Nip it in the bud, mate. Nip it in the bud and go, Yeah, as Shark Boy would say, yeah? Stone Cold Shark Boy. Yeah, that's not happening, bruv. And that's the fishing line. Because if you nip it in the bud straight away and you say, no, we're not having this here. But Tony Khan, I'll tell you this, you know as well as I do, Tony Khan could have stopped all of this. This could have all been avoided. And he could have had, I still believe he could have had William Regal. I think Regal went for reasons. Regal will never come out and say why he left AEW. Why do you think Regal left AEW?
Why do I think?
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious why I think. He took one look at that shit show.
From the back.
Yeah, and thought, this isn't for me. He's going to go back to a place of comfort.
Yeah.
And a place where his friend is now in charge, or, it was now in charge. That's the thing. Yeah.
So Regal will never come out and say why he left AEW, or not for many more years. I don't think he will come out and actually say why he left AEW. But I think to most of us, it's clear. He's a pro and he's been working in the business, for a long time.
Yeah, he knows now how not to ruffle the feathers.
Yeah, and he knows how things
could have taught
backstage
CM Punk something.
Should be run. And how good would it be? CM Punk goes to WWE and runs into Regal, and Regal turns around to him and goes, "I'm not shaking your hand. You're a Tony Khan stooge." You know what I mean? Yeah. That would be fucking great. But then I do think CM Punk should go to WWE. I think WWE should at least give. Yeah.
Outside of Japan,
excuse me,
which makes them a bit of money but doesn't sustain it, like it's not a sustainable option. The WWE is his only chance. It's probably his last chance. You don't. I mean,
this is a prime chance to do it, prime time to do it as well.
WWE will always bring someone back if the bottom line is met. Like if there's money to be made, they brought back Steve Austin, they brought back Hogan. They brought back whoever else has pissed them off. Dude, even the Honky Tonk Man's been brought in for a couple of shots here and there.
All CM Punk has got to do, if he's smart, if he's triple threat, if he's smart, right, all he does is he goes to Triple H or he goes to WWE with the paperwork of merch sales, and he goes, "These are my.
This could be us.
Yeah, this could be it. National lottery. It could be you. Yeah. He goes with that paperwork and he goes, I was in that company 2 years max, not even. And I weren't even wrestling the whole time. I was injured for how long was he out with his foot?
Yeah, he was gone for a long time.
Or nearly, he was nearly out for as long as he was in. You get what I mean? And all
people question that when we said, top merchandise seller. People got upset about it. The AEW supermarks, megamarks, cultists, followers got upset.
But these were the same people, Jay. These were the same people that said it was Jesus Christ's second coming when CM Punk come back to the AEW, mate. These are the same people. That
tweet that admittedly Chris put out. This was one of Chris's classics.
It was just
over 750,000 views. You can check it out. It's pinned to the top of the profile on X. Just look at the comments. Take a deep dive into the comments of what's been said in that. There's a lot of laughter and some good stuff, but I mean the weird white knighting, rushing to Tony Khan's defense, rushing to AEW's defense. People telling us to cry more and this, that, and the other. When we genuinely don't have a dog in the fight.
We literally don't. We literally don't.
We're enjoying watching them go at it.
Yeah.
Like any good entertaining scrap.
Yeah.
But we're neither here nor there on it. We're not defending Tony Khan. We thought he made a good decision by stepping up and letting CM Punk go. But only in those disciplinary matters, not in the grand scheme of making money and stuff.
I mean, I still don't think he should have fired him. I think it. What happened? Fired
Jack Perry.
No, but I think it should have been a come to Jesus moment. It should have been a moment for him to
bring a talent meeting.
Yeah, to bring a talent meeting and say, do you know what? This has been allowed to get to this point and it's boiling over now because of my actions. Tony Khan firing CM Punk is, again, the bitch's way out, rather than take personal responsibility for his part in it getting to this point. Do you see what I'm saying?
The other thing is the BTE stuff. I would have pulled that.
100%.
You don't dig out your colleagues or people that work for you as an executive vice president on your YouTube videos, I'm afraid. That doesn't fly. You still work for me.
Yeah.
And that is bad for our company. That is bad news.
It makes them look like morons. It makes
this whole shtick of mocking the moves or mocking the botch and stuff like that unnecessary.
Even the drinking of the Pepsi by Omega
that's the most recent one.
The most recent one.
But it's the buckshot, botch and stuff. Doing that and looking around like, let me get a reaction from this. Like, it's cheap.
It's childish. And CM Punk was right to say he works with children because he's having to deal with them. Worked with children. Yeah, past tense.
It's not a work then.
Yeah, it's. So, but there again, like you say, these are these little things that CM Punk's been having to deal with up to that point. And Jack Perry was just the straw that broke the camel's back. It was when it's
not a work then.
No, well, it's not a work. Ultimately, you've got your bosses mocking you.
Openly.
Openly mocking you on TV. Yeah. Taking the piss out of you. And you've been brought in to be the top draw for this company, and you've got your bosses who are in a senior position to you.
It's essentially like signing Haaland, but they never pass it to him.
Yeah, and the chairman going on fucking Twitter doing videos taking the piss out of his accent.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like this is so unprofessional and so ridiculous that we're at this point. And I don't blame CM Punk for blowing up. He's not innocent in this. He's had his moments. But again, when you've got these things that have happened, you've been called "what's his dick" by someone. You've had these fuckers mocking you when you're out injured.
It's those small things that add up. Yeah.
Yeah, of course
it'll all blow.
Yeah, and it gets to that point where you go, do you know what? Fuck this, bruv. There's no way I'd be able to hold my temper. I'd be like, right, I've had enough of this. You're all a bunch of wankers. Fuck all of you. And the fact of why the Bucks and that wouldn't go on Collision, because they don't want to see him. They don't want to talk to him because they're scared of him. Because they're all right.
I mean, are they afraid of him?
Yeah, because because they're fine mocking him when he's not there, and they know they haven't, because they've probably got restraining orders against him, mate.
Security in the building, blah blah blah. Yeah,
yeah, they've definitely got restraining orders against him, so they know that they can take the piss out of him all they want, and nothing's going to happen. But Jack Perry weren't that lucky.
Are we going to dare bring up Jim Cornette's allegations? I mean, that is rough.
Yes, let's just briefly do it. So, are we talking about Mega?
Yes.
So, refresh anyone who doesn't know, because it's funny, I caught a bit of this today, and I also saw a tweet where Cornette turned around and said, look, I wouldn't be saying these fucking things if I didn't, if I couldn't corroborate them or whatever.
Well, it's something that, we said, like, ourselves, even if there's a shred of truth to it, and that's a big if. I mean, that place is fucked. Jim Cornette is alleging that Mega, who is head of legal, has been screwing up contracts she's in charge of, throwing stumbling blocks in the way of bringing back CM Punk and messing around with Ace Steel's employment. I mean, could Cornette be talking to Ace Steel in this? Possibly.
Yes.
Going around trying to collect evidence for the Bucks and for Omega in this incident, or within one of the incidents, probably the original All Out incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim also insinuates that Mega is close to the Bucks, not as close as she is to some of the boys. Maybe that's the bit we'll leave out.
But ain't no smoke without fire.
All of what Jim said is allegedly.
Allegedly, all of what he said. But again, we know that Ace Steel was never fired. Okay?
No.
But again, some people said, but this is where it gets a little bit, let me just word this carefully. This is where you've got Tony Khan being a pussy-hole again, where instead of coming out and saying to the Bucks and the EVPs, we cannot sack Ace Steel because he ain't really done nothing, right?
He bit someone.
But again, the way he was seeing it is there's three or four of them come steaming into the dressing room. There's a woman in there, yeah,
a dog,
and a dog, yeah, a vulnerable dog. Larry looks fucked. In a way, they couldn't fire him, sort of, but they told him, told people that he was fired, but he wasn't. He was told to stay at home, and he still was getting paid. So it's all of this shit done under the radar, like, oh, we'll just tell him that we fired him, but really, this is the head of legal that would be in charge of stuff like this. So she would have known. So, because the information's coming out somewhere. Someone's saying, nah, Ace Steel's been fired. He's not been at TV, he's not nowhere, but they don't know that he's still getting paid. So in their eyes, he has been fired, right? Because Punk ain't there, Punk's suspended or whatever, The Bucks were suspended. Oh, don't worry, we're suspending you, but we've sacked Ace Steel, yeah? And we're going to sack Punk or whatever. She's just fucking telling them what they want to hear, but really it's all just convoluted, muddy bullshit. It's not very professional. And, this whole thing along the way has been an absolute shit show, when really from the beginning, from even before, like we said, the scrum, there should have been talent meetings where everyone was brought in and said, look, this is not happening, boys. This is not happening. So fucking draw a line under it now and get over yourselves. Yeah. But that's never been done because Tony Khan ain't got the minerals. He ain't got the fucking cojones to do it.
Switching gears slightly. Did you see the picture of Aubrey's line at the recent, was it Starcast or
Virgil's line? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it looked like Virgil's line. It was, brimming with people.
Hopefully it embarrasses her to the point of where she wakes up a little bit and gets a little bit, she's slapped back to reality a little bit.
Well, God love her, she did block us after we tweeted that bit about her meeting a musician and
Yeah.
them not knowing who she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her keep saying, "Oh no, but you must know. Oh, I'm not WWE. Oh, I'm not with that trash. I'm with AEW." Like, it's cringeworthy, you know. But again, she's another one. These overinflated sense of importance that is coming from. It's coming from somewhere.
Well, you know, not that many people are watching the shows that they're on. 81,000 at Wembley, a number which is being just, you know, by the sheets in particular, just being considered as gospel, which I think is hilarious, because any time WWE sells anything out, it's like, well, no, we need to look at these numbers.
Yeah.
Tony Khan gives the rest of the sheets a number, and they're like, well done, Tone. Well done. Really good, that. You know, without a hint of investigation.
It's, you know, it's
a
so very
good. It's great to watch.
Bruv, it's so carny, isn't it? It's so carny.
And by doing that, and by seeing people tweet or answer or even report those numbers, you know who's on side. Shiteful, you know, Wrestling Observer, all of them shit houses. You know.
Well, let's talk shit houses. Let's talk about them shit houses for a minute. The sheets, the dirt sheets, have a huge part to play in this whole story. I mean, there's got to be some people
Well,
within
how did they find
AEW.
out about the altercation so quickly?
But you know why? Because you've got people like Simon Miller backstage working for AEW.
I mean, I never thought of it that way, to be fair. I thought he just had some other stooges there texting away, tapping away, saying, "Oh, you never guess what just happened."
Yeah, but that's the thing. Simon Miller would have.
But then,
you know,
there's so many other people, like so many other weeks. You know,
Yeah.
Simon. You know, this
Of
isn't a
course,
slight
of
on
course.
Simon, of course. Like
I mean,
Simon wasn't at All Out. He wasn't at, you know, the original All Out and all that stuff. So maybe not so much that, but I think that there's regulars that message, you know, Shiteful and the others.
Exactly. And like, you know, there would have been other dirt sheets or, you know, online news people that would have been backstage for whatever reason. These are
I'd be pissed if I was Tony that story got out.
Yeah, but this is the thing. There are going to be, if you've got disgruntled wrestlers and you've got things like this happening between the wrestlers, you are probably, you know, again, it's come out that the person, CM Punk, turned up in London, didn't have any transport, no one picked him up from nowhere. He had to find his way there on the tube by himself, got lost, had to find his way to the hotel.
Fans helping him out, yeah.
Yeah, the number that he was given weren't working when he was in London. He was trying to ring this number, said, "Oh, if you have any problems, ring this number." The person who organizes the transport for AEW is a Young Bucks.
I'm confused as to why so many of them flew in separately.
I think
I figured it would be one of those, all get the plane, all get the bus to the hotel that we've booked for you, which is near Wembley. Like,
but they can't, can they? Because they all hate each other, bruv. You can't have CM Punk and the Bucks and Omega and these guys on a it'll be the plane ride from hell. You've gone, but apparently CM Punk went home to spend a few, because I think this has come out. Something happened. He was supposed to go for the meeting. He flew somewhere to have the meeting. They cancelled it. And then instead of going straight to London, he basically took an extra day or so, because a lot of them, so he went back to Chicago and then he flew out to London. So he took a little bit. He said he wanted to go and spend some time with his missus and his dog before he went to London because of that shit show that happened. But then you'll see everyone else is in London, living it up, doing this, doing that, doing the other. There's a lot more to this, you know, and this is why I feel for CM Punk, because he's had the piss taken out of him for months and months and months, constantly, little niggly, little piss takey things, you know. And in any other industry, it would be described as workplace bullying to a point where you've got people mocking you, taking the piss out of you. You're out injured and they're doing impressions of you fucking up moves in the ring and taking the piss. You know, people calling you what's his dick and stuff like that. That is harassment. That's bullying, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you work for a company and you've got your colleagues or people that are higher up than you or people been there longer than you, calling you what's his dick and taking the piss out of you and mocking you when you're out injured, you go to HR, mate. You go to Mega and go, look, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, do I not work here as well? You know, you've got to look at it from a point of, yeah, it's wrestling, yeah, but you can't then say it's a legitimate business in one hand, a legitimate company in one hand, and then allow people to behave however they want, contrary to, you know, employment legislation or whatever. And we're not saying that Punk hasn't gone against it as well in certain things that he said or done or way he's acted, but it's how we say in this country, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. This should have been dealt with. I fully put all the blame of this on Tony Khan. And Tony Khan has taken the pussy's way out by firing CM Punk on a whim and basically saying...
After a thorough investigation, that was.
Yeah, but we've fired him for cause. What that doesn't mean anything. So basically when... Oh, no, we haven't sacked him for no reason. There is a reason why we fired him. But there may be a lawsuit coming. There may be a lawsuit coming. There may be CM Punk has gone to his lawyers and said, look, this is what I've had to deal with. This is what they've been doing.
You mean unfair dismissal?
Unfair dismissal.
That's one way it could go, to be fair.
It could go to court and it could go unfair dismissal because he's going to then bring up and say, look, this happened months ago. I was in my dressing room. They came in. I felt threatened.
I mean, let's be honest. If you were Mercedes looking at what's going on with Punk, Perry, all that, and also looking at the shit in the women's division, you might rethink things.
That's what I'm thinking, bruv. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she's probably not. She's probably going to take the money, of course.
Well, you can tell by
secure the bag.
It's all about the bag, bruv, for her. The way she dropped it and just went to New Japan and just took the money. She's took the money. She doesn't
Good.
really...
That's great. But
I mean, fine.
You take one look at the drama in that place and you go...
Is it worth it?
Is it? Is it worth it?
She could go back to WWE tomorrow and she could be in a title match next month. Am I lying? Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me that Sasha Banks couldn't go back to WWE tomorrow and be in a title match in a month's time.
Let's change gears just a little bit because WWE, whilst watching the chaos, watching the building burn across the road, are just casually putting on a good show, no trouble, bringing in the legend, bringing in John Cena, having banger matches in opening matches of your pay-per-view, PLE. I still struggle to call it premium.
No, it's a pay-per-view. It always will.
Yeah. Sticking a cage match on. Becky and Trish had a killer cage match.
Yeah. Giving your women more than 9 minutes.
Easy. Yeah. And then having another women's match on the show, shock horror, with Rhea and Raquel. Yeah. WWE just like, we'll just get on with this. We'll watch you fall apart and we'll just put on a good show. Just keep it going. Keep it going. They know ratings going to drop with Monday Night Football and they're not going to see a drop on Fridays that much because of there's no NFL on a Friday night. But that whole Monday thing, they'll know Raw ratings will probably dip because there'll be some big games on Mondays. But they're just getting on with it. It's just like, let's keep this show going. Let's move Jay. Let's move main event Jay to Raw. Let's keep people guessing. Let's do this. Like Gunther's just broke the record, or he's about to, or he has that. I don't know. Like having a great match with Chad Gable. Like
he's not gonna have a match in the time that it would take for him to break he's only going to have a match after he breaks the record, basically. So he has ultimately broken the record already.
They're going to run a show in India in a few days' time, I think. Which is going to be huge.
They love it.
Yeah,
India, they love it.
India is a massive market for them.
Do you remember that show that Scott Steiner was in India?
Raka King.
Raka King.
Yeah.
Ring Car King, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ring Car King. Bruv, we should blatantly review them shows.
Yeah, we should check out a show from there and just have Steiner wailing on fans. Yeah,
the one where he was yes, bro, yes. Anyway, put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. But yeah, WWE in India is
just getting on with it. Just yeah, exactly. Going to have a big, massive show in India. I think, although to be fair, they did just announce that Rhea's defending her title against Natty again. Even you're like, oh, fucking hell.
Man, Natty, for whatever reason, she always gets them title shots, bro.
She gets the work. It's great.
It's because of her and her sister's Instagram. I'm telling you now.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah. But WWE will just continue being consistent, bruv, because it's a different attitude. It's a different way that they work. It's a different structure. And even if they did have the mad Mr. McMahon at the top, there was more. It was being filtered slightly by other people, and it was being one thing I heard from Chris Jericho. Apparently, did an interview, and he said that this has only recently come out that he, in his match against Will Ospreay, was going to do like a Frankensteiner off the top.
He did speak to Punk, yes. That's
and
right.
He went and spoke to Punk, and he said, look, I know, I wanted to speak to him because I knew that sometimes he does that move, and I just wanted to know if he was planning on doing it or not. That is what you do, innit?
Yeah, you go and talk to someone.
But that doesn't get done in AEW very regularly, because you can see people doing the same shit in every match because they don't have these people putting
super kicks.
Yeah, they don't have these people putting the matches together. A little bit more kayfabe.
Yeah.
The WWE creative structure is very, very deep. Yeah. It's got people, very, very good wrestlers, technical wrestlers, working within the creative team at WWE. I pinged a message off last week to try and get someone onto the show who, and I love the guy. Yeah, I love the guy. Right? Should we name him?
No, it's probably best not to for now.
Okay.
I think
all right.
We'll keep it
because things could happen. But anyway,
yeah.
I messaged this guy, and to his credit, you did see the email, innit? I mentioned certain things, and it was a really lovely email to get back from what seems to be a very genuine and nice person. He now works. So I asked him about an interview, and he basically said, I'm really sorry, guys, but unfortunately I can't. And this has happened now twice to us, where we've got in contact with certain people, and they've said, look, really sorry, but due to the fact that I work within the WWE creative team, I'm not allowed to do.
Yeah.
I won't be able to come on your show. But he said, I wish you guys all the best in what you're doing. And I mentioned a certain thing about when he was wrestling. And he said, look, I've got really fond memories of that. And, I didn't think there was anyone who really thought about that kind of stuff anymore. But thanks a lot, guys. And, good luck with what you're doing, sort of thing. And, it touched me, bro. You know what I mean? It touched me in a very special place. But that is just another sort of idea on basically how things work in WWE. They wouldn't be allowed. The talent are not allowed to just go into business for themselves. They don't even allow people who are not on camera but are part of the creative team, who are former wrestlers, to do podcasts and interviews. Yes. They're not allowed. They don't do it. So you've got people in AEW just going rogue, bro. And it's just the levels of professionalism are just way apart from one another, Well,
it's not just professionalism, it's something very different in structures and I'll be honest, in fan base. Something I did see, and I wanted to bring this up with you because I know you have something to say about it. At All Out, there was a young lady in the front row who is an ardent CMPUNK fan. So when Hangman Page came out for his Battle Royal and won it, as any fans would do, if they don't like someone, they flip them the double bird.
Yep.
This woman then starts getting threats and all sorts on social media. It's that way. It's apparently perfectly normal for AEW fans or elite fans or whatever to start harassing people if they don't like their favorite wrestlers.
But bro, It's a story as old as time. When you go to a wrestling show,
Where's your money?
as long as you pay your money to shout, to scream, to cheer, to boo, and to flip the fucking bird. Mate, shout out to one of my favorite wrestlers at the moment, up and coming. He's doing very, very big things. He's out, or he was out in Canada with Anthony Corelli, aka Santino Marella. He was doing stuff. Dan Maloney, right? Shout out Dan Maloney. Still trying to get him on the show, right? But anyway, Dan Maloney, fucking legend.
Call us, Dan.
The amount of shit that guy, when we see him wrestling, he's literally like right next to us, and we got people, fuck off, you prick, you're a fucking
when he was
wanker.
wrestling Suzuki,
Literally, when he was wrestling Minoru Suzuki, wasn't it? Literally, people like right this close to his face. You wanker, fuck off, you wanker.
Yeah. It
is part of the fucking thing when you go to wrestling, bro. But again, AEW, this cult. If it was any other, I'm sure through the rest of that show, a lot of other wrestlers were given the bird and given the finger. But no, because it was Hangman Page, and we've got this whole thing at the moment with CM Punk. Everyone who loved
Chicago.
him. Yeah, it's Chicago. What is going to happen?
As much as I don't like that, I've never been a fan of them running Chicago over and over again. It was a dumb move, and they've killed the town.
Yeah, they've killed
fucking killed it.
They've shot it in the head, out the back. It's fucking dead now. Well, it's definitely dead now.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous, the behavior of these guys online. It is
bad.
These were the same guys again that were saying that when CM Punk came in, fuck you WWE, we've got CM Punk, it's the second coming, he's going to do great things. AEW is the best for signing him. Now he's now he's the worst thing that they could have ever done. Yeah. He's a cancer. You see that sign, Tony Khan cured cancer. Do you get what I'm saying, bruv?
That's what you're dealing with, though. Like,
yes,
not quite right humans.
Yeah, they're not quite right, these humans.
Yeah.
I'd rather wear a fucking better dad than Chris Benoit t-shirt than have that sign.
Yeah, he was a prick, wasn't
he? You get what I'm saying? Overnight celebrity in Cardiff, mate.
Yeah, he thought he was it. Stick an SH in front of it and you're right.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous,
yeah.
man.
So people of social media, wrestling fans especially on apps like X and all that, do better. Like people pay their money to sit front row, which I'm sure isn't cheap. You're allowed to do that. If you want to flip someone off, you flip someone off.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Just don't touch them. Just
don't touch them. Don't invade the space.
Yeah.
Don't do anything really messed up, like wear a stupid t-shirt about Chris Benoit or something like that. Like,
yeah,
it's I don't know, man. Social media can be a cesspit sometimes. It just is that way. So be sure to follow us on.
Yeah, you got to do the shield bit. We've got to do the shield bit. Yeah.
Be sure to follow us on X.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And all of that at Chat Grapple Pops. You cannot miss it. Like we. And as we can tell you, we put out some banger stuff on there. So,
bro, we get engagement. Yeah, we get engagement because
I'll put the tweet up for sure in the middle. Like,
do it, bro.
Yeah, you've got to see.
We had other things on Facebook and other sites and that taking the tweet and just putting it up,
just
stealing it,
our shit.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, man, what the fuck? Our tweet's got more views than Dynamite, and people are just nicking it. But that is the nature of the business. Yeah. This whole, again, my final, like Jerry's final thought.
Jerry's final thought.
Right. So you've got my final thought on this is this could have all been avoided. Yeah. And AEW could still have CM Punk and still have the Bucks and still have Moxley and still have Omega and still be, having these stories being told. We still were waiting for CM Punk and MJF. They could still have all this happening, but it has been completely mishandled from the beginning. Ultimately, it has to come down to Tony Khan. Tony Khan has taken the chicken shit way out with firing CM Punk. I think that might come round and bite him in the ass.
It
With
already
now,
has with ratings and everything else. Like Collision, I mean, they made a point of it on some of the news sites, which again I think is a low blow, saying, "Oh, it's the lowest rated Collision show in their history."
it's only been on for 2
Short
months.
fucking history.
Yeah,
Yeah, what the
it's
fuck?
literally not even been on for 2 months, is it? Collision.
No, but again, like, what did we say? What did we say when Collision was announced?
What you said, you got it. That you hit the nail on the head.
Is we, I and you is we.
I and I.
Yeah.
I lie.
We made the point, and you agreed with it.
100%.
This show, night one, would do fantastic. It did. It was great. Everyone loved it. CM Punk was there. It was, glory days.
It was good.
And it was what, 800 odd thousand, 841,000, something like that.
No mil.
They've
but...
lost 500,000 viewers in 2 months. No one wants to watch this shit. And it's only going to get worse on Saturdays with, especially, that American lineup of college football, which is huge. Like, you only have to, for British people, it's essentially like sticking Premier League on the BBC in prime time.
Yeah.
It's, not doesn't happen. But in this case, in America, they do. They put on college football, which is a huge deal. And I think this week it is Texas and Alabama. And it's going to be fucking huge, massive, absolutely massive game. And it's going up against Collision. Oh, my God.
Going to kill it.
It's going to be, it's going to be a murder.
Again, I think this is going to bite Tony Khan in the arse, firing CM Punk like this, because he's now coming out and saying he feared for his life, and no one should have to feel like that at work. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. CM Punk has been felt fucking like people have been taking the piss out of him for months and months and months ongoing, and he's just snapped, all of a sudden.
I mean, eventually, when the rise and fall of AEW does come out,
we've said that for years as well.
When that comes out, I've got a feeling that a lot of and I've always felt this was a mistake, when they were running head to head with NXT and putting out every big match under the sun that they could, they left nothing for the pay-per-views. They left nothing for later on down the line. They exhausted all their options. They're doing it now with FTR and the Bucks having their 3 matches and all of that, and now they're tagging together on the next pay-per-view, and it's fucking boring.
It is boring. It's fucking terrible booking. It's no one wants to see a series of 7 match with the fucking Bucks anymore.
They even originally they went full WCW by putting on these main events that they should have kept in the wings for big pay-per-view nights to keep that money coming and keep those views up. They put the Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, Danielson and Kenny Omega match. They're stuck on free TV.
Mate, they had fucking Dennis Rodman come out, right? Dennis Rodman was there. And then you got AEW fans saying, "Oh, he was the NBA's best player ever." They're coming out.
Nope.
You can't make it up, dude. They are mentally, I don't want to be too offensive,
unstable.
They're mentally unstable, bruv. They really are. I don't know why. Like, let's be honest.
If a fan flipping them the double bird or flipping Hangman the double bird upsets them, listening to this show, it's going to send them over the edge.
Bro, we love wrestling, dude. Okay,
we do.
We fucking love wrestling. We sit and we talk for hours and hours and hours on end. We put time out of our lives into this because we want to do it and we enjoy it and we love it, right? But fucking hell, it's wrestling, bruv, right? Like, we have other interests. Like, we watch football. We're football fans, yeah? I love Magic the Gathering. I can't explain, bro. I cannot explain to you or anyone how much I love Magic the Gathering, right? I literally cannot put it into words, right?
I'm not a Magic the Gathering guy, but I did just buy these. I don't know if you can see them. They can't now. You can see Buff Bagwell, can't you?
Buff, it is the Nitro card game.
The Nitro
Put it
trading
put it
card
on your
game.
chest. Put it on your chest, and we can see it. There you go. So yeah, like he's there. You go. Buff is the two buff boys there. Yeah, you and Buff. You get me?
Yeah.
Both of my buff boys. Buff's got the stuff. I was playing Magic the Gathering the other day. Yeah, and when you play Magic, you say, oh, I'm going to buff up my creature, right? So you like play a spell on your creature and you buff it up, right? And I was having this conversation with someone, one of my pals there. Yeah, shout out Jay. And I go, Jay, do you know, there was a wrestler called Buff Bagwell, and he was buff, yeah. And he goes, oh, really? I go, yeah, but buffing up the creature. I said, but Buff has got that stuff, right? So I showed him a picture of Buff Bagwell on my phone, showed loads of pictures of Buff. And he was like, fucking hell, he's buff, isn't he? He's like, yeah, dude, he's got the stuff. What are you talking about?
Why you got so many pictures of Buff Bagwell on your phone?
No, Google, fam. Google. I Googled him, innit? Yeah, I was saying. But even if I did what? It's Buff Bagwell, yeah? So
you're giving him the chirps.
Are you giving him batty chirps, bro? You're a whammer. Like, literally, yeah? Like, we have other stuff. And like I say, I love Magic the Gathering. I can't explain to you how much I love it. And, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, fucking love that shit. Shout out, is it Matt from Good Cop Bad Cop that plays it? Fucking, shout out to my bridge in there.
Although, we can't shout out Graham. Graham put us in his bad cop moments. I haven't got round to listening yet. I might have to try and find out what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting development. Like I said, I haven't got a chance to do it. I've been incredibly busy. Like
dun dun dun. I've been ill, bruv. I'm still not right.
You've been ill. Like what was it? Monday night. Monday night. I ended up watching the whole episode of Raw live because my boy was awake.
Yeah.
So he was up pretty much all night. I was up with him, and then I ended up watching Raw. So I watched the Gunther and Chad Gable match, which was great. I saw the skit with Miz talking to the Invisible John Cena. I thought it was hot garbage.
Yeah,
and I know people have already talked about interesting point about Ryan Satin. His WWE contract is expiring or expired, and they're not renewing it. So he's gone back to hating on the WWE. Great stuff that is. Like, what a fucking stooge of a man. Yeah, like, but he's saying he made a very, very stupid point of saying, indie wrestlers, doing the Invisible Man matches or the ragdoll matches, it's no good, but when WWE does it, it's great. No, when anyone does it, it's fucking shit.
Yeah, I think it's just the whole thing of, oh, Cena, you can't see me. I think it's a way to mock John Cena.
Yeah,
but again,
it was bad.
But bro, the Miz is just the Miz. You've got to sort of. It was the way he did it as well, though. It redeemed it slightly. But the idea itself is hot garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was poor.
But we've got other interests. We don't go to bed crying over wrestlers. We don't sit on the internet.
I don't know. I went to bed crying about my notifications when you put that tweet out.
Yeah, trust me, bro. Phone was ringing.
Rest in peace, bro. My notifications.
It killed it. But it's one of them things where it is, we love it so much, and we go to almost every show that we can go to, but we're not going to be going online to cyber bully someone who flipped off Hangman Page because they're a CM Punk fan from Chicago.
No, but when that person came out with it and said what was happening to him, I chucked him a follow. I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
We got their back on this.
Mate, it's unreal, So these fuckers, man, they're I mean, I can't even put it into words how much they're a waste, man. Yeah. They need to grow up, And if that is your demographic that you want, Tony, you've got it, mate. Okay? When you
building of 2,000 cuzzies.
You know what I mean? When he pulled off getting CM Punk out of retirement, okay, I thought, you know what? Fair play, dude. You know what I mean? You've given him the batty chirps, yeah, and you've got him out of retirement, right? It was literally, that could have fast tracked AEW. That's what I'm saying. Like, Rubber Dinky Rapids, bro, straight on ride. Yeah.
Fast track.
Yeah. So it could have really, AEW would have and did benefit from CM Punk for sure. The amount of merch that he sold. But again, if he's going to go to WWE, that's one thing his management or whoever is going there should be definitely, that bit of paper should be getting pushed across the desk sheepishly.
This is what we can do for you.
This is, this could be you, bruv.
Paul, we can get these t-shirts pulled off of Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
Put straight back into the WWE shop.
100%.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. It can happen tomorrow.
But yeah, I don't know. Where do we go from here? We haven't done it for a hot minute. We should probably talk about Surfshark VPN.
Surfshark. I mean, to be honest, if you don't want to be attacked like CM Punk has been attacked by the Elite for months and months and months, they attacked him on TV. They were mocking him on interviews. Do not be a mockery yourself. Yeah. Protect yourself with the digital prophylactic that is
the digital ace steel.
Trust me, bro. You know what I mean? It will bite its way through any viruses or any sort of, unwanted attention that your online activity may garner from people. Look into the description, click the link, use the promo code GRAPPLE, and you will get 3 months for free and 83% off. That is a bargain. You are getting virus protection. You're getting a VPN. You're getting it on multiple devices. You could, if you wanted to, in America, you could watch AEW All In from Wembley on ITV4. If you just pretend you're in Bognor Regis, go on to ITVX. Yeah?
It's doable.
It's doable, mate. Yeah. You can do it. Yeah?
Watching All In for free.
For free.
Free TV.
Yeah, free TV. So. Yeah. So, do it. Surfshark VPN. Apologies to Domas for leaving it so late. But yeah, we're there.
Shout out to Bishop. He did send us a message saying he's getting through our shit at the minute. Like, he's been listening to our stuff. What's up, man? Like, what are you saying? Like,
what are you saying?
You coming or what? Like, what's happening?
That's what I'm saying. Are you coming on or what?
Like, there's two. If you're watching it on the video, there's 2 screens there. We could have a third, like, just above it, just be like, whatever, like
threesome, bro. Yeah.
I'm
saying you could do a bit of skiing in the middle of both of us. Yeah. That's excited him right there. And I don't know. He doesn't watch the video, so he doesn't know. He can't see me skiing there. But literally, I think it might be. I think that might be a British euphemism, right?
Could be. I don't know. They might know about skiing.
They might know about skiing if you're in between 2 lads doing a bit of skiing. But yeah. What are you saying, Mr. Bishop? Are you going to come on and we're going to have a chat? We still need to chat to them good cop, bad cop guys.
Well, I need to know what Graham's problem is.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what I mean? We need a mediator. We need, you know what I mean? We don't want to cause any problems. Yeah, we don't want to. He might go on his show and mock us for doing a bad buckshot lariat. And
yeah. He could call us counterfeit bucks.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, we need to hash that one out. We'll speak to him because this is why. Because we deal with issues. We're not scared to confront things that go on.
We're not. Like, let's shout out our recent shit as well. Like, if you haven't already checked it out, the Finn Martin interview is up. Finn is a great guest, and we really look forward to having him on again.
No, it's a great interview.
Plenty of other guests, and great interviews before that. Brian R. Solomon, Raj Giri, all of Billy Barty, some of the best shit you can find. From people who are just on the outside, but have had a big old foot inside for a long time. Check out all the interviews we got. Check out all the recent episodes as well, where we talk about, just before we went to All In, the episode where just after we went to fucking Money in the Bank, hear the stories from all of that, the people we met, the great times we had. There's so much good shit in our shows. It almost beats the negative shit you read in about every 5 minutes.
It literally is, bro. Like, if you go back into our archives of shoot interviews, we've got some crackers, man. We really do. And it's not just us like blowing our own trumpet. And believe me, if you could blow your own trumpet, you would do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It'd be a waste not to. Yeah. If you've got one couple
senseless waste.
You know what I'm saying? Senseless waste, bro. If you've got a couple of ribs missing, do it. But we're not blowing our own trumpet. Like these interviews are in-depth interviews. We've got people, we just let them talk, and we do have more stuff in the pipeline. We're always reaching out to people. We're always talking to people. We try and get people that are different on, and we try and get people. I mean, like I say, even the fact that we've had Billy Barty, Finn, Brian R. Solomon, Raj Giri, even those that is such an eclectic mix of people, but they've been like inside the wrestling business, bro. Brian R. Solomon was like editor for the WWE magazine. Finn was, Power Slam magazine editor. You've got Raj Giri, who's like an online content creator, writer in the wrestling world.
Wrestling Inc. Yeah,
right. Wrestling Inc. You've got Billy Barty, who's fucking. We still need to get Billy on, and we need to talk about what was going on with Conan and all them man there. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to message him. Yeah,
we got to shoot a message off and get old Billy on, bro, because we love having a chat with him. So that's just people like non-wrestling. We've had like I say. We've had so many different types of wrestlers on, we've had managers on, we've had, oh my God, I hasten to name them all because there's been so many, but please go into our archives, go into shoot interviews, look at the interviews that we've got there, and just see, listen to it, give us a chance.
Not to mention the timeless reviews.
Oh, the timeless reviews, man. We've reviewed,
Beach
Greed.
Brawl, Snow Brawl.
Yeah, mate. Greed, WCW Greed, WWE Mayhem in Manchester, and all that. Like,
fucked up shit.
Yeah, some real crazy shows. I think we should reach out. I want Chris Hamrick back on. That was a rowdy interview, No. Eric Watts, These interviews.
Have you got a spare 3 hours for Eric Watts? Then
wild, absolutely wild. So please go back, look in our archives, listen to our interviews.
We're not about the hate on this show. We ain't.
We love the business, and we always try to, we've got to cover the stuff that's going on, but we always try and we just go with it, man. We're not, yes, we might seem we're anti AEW, but we're not. But it's just on and off been an absolute shit show from the get go. It's hard.
It's been chaotic, and you can't avoid it. You cannot avoid it.
Of course not.
So for now, if you are listening, of course, there are so many listening mediums. If you want to find them all, go onto podnews.net.
Yeah.
And search for Chat Grappling Cheap Pops. You will find every last listening medium on there, including places like Good Pods and all of them others like Podbean, all that Spotify,
and Apple Podcasts, where we are in the top 100.
And and if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, shoot you guys a review, shoot us a 5-star, and Melt's a 5-star classic on there. Why not?
Do it.
If you're watching on YouTube, it's the faces. It's what does it. It's what pays the bills.
Of course. The money makers.
If you are watching, of course, hit the subscribe button. A lot of you already have, and we thank you for that. Hit the like button. Shoot us a comment. There's always a comment to be found, like every other day on YouTube, where some of them make sense, some of them don't, but we appreciate all of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what else we can say. Like, it's been another weird week in wrestling, and we're trying to figure it all out. No one will have the answers until CM Punk decides to speak. And
we wait with bated breath for that moment, but it may never come. He may just end up in WWE. We don't know. But at the end of the day, we're here for it, and we will report it. And we'll be ready and waiting. So give us 5 stars if you can. Don't be like Meltzer. We don't want to be the Kurt Angle of Meltzer ratings.
Should we talk about that quickly? Yeah, someone briefly put on there that Kurt Angle didn't have any of Meltzer's 5-star matches. The matches weren't that good. What a fucking piece of bullshit that is. And people don't want to talk about him, and that's fine. But his match with Benoit at Royal Rumble 2003 is brilliant.
This man right here.
Yeah.
One of the.
I'm sure Chris will have a few 5-star, 6-star classics to talk about per Angle.
Bro, Kurt Angle in TNA, some of the matches he had with AJ Styles, with Sting, You know,
Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, like it just screams
amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah. You know, there are. You know, maybe we do an episode and we talk about matches of Kurt Angle's had that should have been 5-star matches.
A Kurt Angle retrospective.
Absolutely, bro. I mean,
sounds great. There is a documentary just out as well on Peacock with Kurt Angle. Something I'm going to have to check out and find because we don't have the cock here. So, you know, that's something to.
We do. We do.
No batty chirps.
Are you giving me batty chirps? Look, like, you know, we don't.
If anyone's interested with the batty chirps line, we are talking about Four Lions. Our American friends, sweet God, find a copy of Four Lions and watch it.
But again, if you've got Surfshark VPN and you're in America, you can go onto the British Netflix and it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Right? Do that in America. Watch Four Lines. It is one of the greatest films ever. Well written, well produced, well acted, absolutely beautiful from beginning to end.
Some recognizable faces as well.
Absolutely. What a fucking movie. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, get on there, get your VPN, put yourself in Bognor Regis, go onto Netflix, type in Four Lions and you can watch that in America or wherever you are in the world.
Wherever you're watching, Four Lions. Enjoy. So for now, why don't we just say thank you? I'm JB, the man sitting next to me. He doesn't want his face recognized.
I don't want my face recognized.
The best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd. We say thank you, guys. We love you all. Take care. We will see you soon.
Peace.